In this quick weight loss mindset tip episode, we're talking about how to know when it's time to stop pursuing a certain goal and pivot towards a new one. This episode was inspired by a quote I saw on James Clear's Instagram account. The quote in reference today is, "It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you aren't willing to do what it takes to get it. If you don't want to live the lifestyle, release yourself from the desire. To crave the result but not the process is to guarantee disappointment." I want to dissect this quote down today and talk about how we can apply it to any health or weight loss goal that you have. Have you ever felt that tension, like you are so far off from where you want to be, and you're just not sure if you have it in you to do the required work necessary to get there? You're not sure if you should just accept things as they are, lower your expectations, or extend your time frame. We've all been there in some aspect of our lives, whether that's wanting to be farther along in your health journey, career, or relationship. The tension is the same. You can either dig in and continue despite the emotional discomfort, or become a little more apathetic and resigned, so the disappointment of abandoning a goal that was once really important for you doesn't sting as bad. If you're in that space today, I hope this episode brings you some hope and clarity around whether or not it's time to pivot from a current goal. A great analogy for this quote is completing a jigsaw puzzle. We recently received a 500-piece puzzle and started putting it together on our kitchen island. We got the border done and a little more over the next day, but then it sat there, largely untouched for a couple of days. It was annoying to see this unfinished puzzle taking up counter space and cluttering our kitchen. At one point, I thought, are we really going to finish this puzzle, or should I just put it back in the box? That's like what James said. It doesn't make sense to continue wanting something if you aren't willing to do what it takes to get it. If we weren't willing to do the work to complete the puzzle, I may as well release the desire, put it in the box, and free up that space to be used for something else. So what is that desire that's been tugging on your heart? Is it to lose some weight, improve your blood sugars, become more consistent with your exercise, eat less sugar or sweeteners, or maybe reduce emotional eating? Take a moment right now to tune into your intuition. If you're watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments what goal is on your heart right now. I believe that a desire is not placed on our heart by accident. I believe that God, universe, source, whatever your preferred term, places desires on our heart that help us grow and develop into a better version of ourselves, if we are willing to do the work that it takes to reach it. So in my opinion, if a desire is on your heart, that's because there is a way to reach it. You just may not have access to the answer, solution, or insight that you need yet. When my husband and I decided that we were going to finish the puzzle, we didn't know how long it would take. We didn't know the 20th piece that would be put into place. All we could do was the next most obvious piece. If you don't focus on one piece at a time, you'll never complete the puzzle. If you're too busy being overwhelmed by seeing all the pieces that aren't in place yet, you'll be too distracted to focus on the next best piece. I think that's often how it is when someone has a goal to improve their health. They consume all this content, get emails, read blogs, listen to podcasts and YouTube videos. Then they have paralysis by analysis. They're looking at all of the pieces, randomly trying to make them fit, instead of just focusing on the next easiest piece. The only way to complete a puzzle is one piece at a time. When you get that piece in, you have more insight into where other pieces go. The same is true for developing a healthy lifestyle. Just take the next most obvious step. It's also like climbing a mountain. You only get to see a new horizon, a new view, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other. Then, after a while, you see the puzzle is coming together, or you see a new view on the horizon, or you have a new insight into a limiting thought that was holding you back from seeing the progress that you want with your health. But if you don't keep going, you don't get those insights. So often the work that needs to be done is inner work, the thought and mindset work. Your thoughts produce your emotions drive your actions, and your actions drive your results. Doing the thought work is not the sexy part of losing weight. and it often takes a long time and isn't emotionally comfortable, but it is very important. Failure is the price of admission for success. It is part of the journey. Success doesn't exist without failure, and success is also a crummy teacher. If we face the discomfort, we learn so much more from our failures than our successes. So I don't consider failure a bad thing. Finding a puzzle piece that fits is so much sweeter when you've tried 10 that don't. So I actually disagree with James a little on this one. And it may be my relentless pursuit of the best version of myself or my endless optimism, but I believe if there is a true desire on your heart that you really care about, you shouldn't release it. Because releasing it, ignoring it, trying to talk your way out of it means that you're ignoring your inner wisdom. You're shying away from becoming who you were meant to be. You're robbing yourselves of the insights and understanding that you would have otherwise gained along the way. So I think that takes us to the second part of his quote, which is to crave the result but not the process is to guarantee disappointment. I agree with him on this point. You must love the process along the way. But I don't think you should release the desire. I don't think you can release some desires. I do believe that there are some things we desire so badly, we can't not want them. It feels like a small piece of you dies on the inside every time you dismiss or ignore that desire. Those are the ones to not give up on. Just modify your process, adjust your timeline or expectations, or pivot your strategy so the process to reach your goal is more effective and enjoyable. To reach a goal in a way that truly feels good, motivating, and exciting, it's best if your desire for that goal is 10 out of 10 and your believability in your ability to reach that goal is 10 out of 10. So if you think about your goal to lose 20 pounds, but your desire is only at a 6 out of 10, think about ways that you can increase your desire. If you want to lose 80 pounds and your desire is 10 out of 10, but your believability in your ability to lose that weight and keep it off is only 4 out of 10, you're not likely to gain much traction. So think about how could you increase your believability of the goal. One simple way to adjust the believability scale is to remove the element of time. Maybe you have in your head that you have to lose 80 pounds this year, and that's what's causing the believability to be only at a 4 out of 10. But what if I just asked, do you think you can lose 80 pounds, period, with time being irrelevant? Then the believability probably just went up. So adjusting your time on your goal is one way to release the pressure from yourself. If the desire is in your heart, consider it done in the future. You just aren't there yet. Put one foot in front of the other. Find the next easiest piece of the puzzle. Figure out how to increase the believability and desire for your goal. Keep optimizing your process and eventually you will make it happen. I cannot overemphasize how wonderful it is to have good health. It's just like having money. It makes everything in life easier. We want every person watching or listening to enjoy that feeling of accomplishment, relief, and peace of mind that comes with being healthy. Better health is a goal worth pursuing. Thanks again for tuning in today, and be sure to subscribe on YouTube or follow the podcast because we have lots more of these weight loss mindset tip episodes coming for you this year.